I'm Grace. I thought it would be fun to try Jenna Ortega's makeup from the SAG Awards. Right here, she did a reverse smoky eye. So I'm going to start with the brows. Her brows in the photo are really natural. They're just kind of brushed up a little bit. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift to just brush up my brows. Let's probably move my hair back first. So just brush them up a little bit and then fill them in. My brows stay up like crazy. I don't have to put brow gel in them. They'll just stay straight up. But if yours don't, I definitely use a brow gel for this look. Lightly filling in any spots that are sparse. And then giving it a little wiggle and brush because she's definitely rocking that natural, slightly undone look with her brows. Okay, next for the eyeshadow, even though you see most of the white, you can tell that there's a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of a base there. So I'm going to go in with an eye primer first. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. It provides really good base, a bit of color, but not too much. And I'm going to take the Bel Air shade from Colourpop, this guy over here. It's a light tan with a bit of warmth, and put it on my thicker blending brush right in the crease. Now hers goes up high, but I don't want to start high because that won't give me a smoky effect. It'll make just a harsh line if I start too high. So starting a little bit lower, right in the crease, and just building that up, just going back and forth, not being perfect with it. All right, had to take a quick impromptu cracker break. Hopefully nothing adjusted too much. Now I'm going to go in with that same Bel Air shade. This one over here. All right, with a tighter brush this time, and then really just make that shape. So I'm making kind of cat eye shape that she has. I know it's not super obvious in the photo. Oh, it almost looks like it's just a shadow, but creating that shadow and the shape ourselves with the eyeshadow will make a big difference. Okay, now for the fun part, I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Jumbo Eye Pencil, just the white one. They called it Milk. And start to build it up right in the middle because I'm going to blend it out. So I don't want to go as far as I want the color to go. I'm just going to go in the middle so that I can blend it out after. Just really build it up in there and then kind of draw the shape that she has. That little bit of a triangle, it comes to a bit of a point. So I'm just going to draw that out here. Okay. And then I'm going to take my denser blending brush and really blend the edges. You can even go a little bit more dense with this brush, a little bit of a thicker brush, just blend the edges and bring it out further, because hers goes out quite far, almost points up towards the end of her eyebrow. And do the same thing on the other side. Start in the middle, draw the shape I want, but keep it in the middle so that I can blend out the color. All right, so right now it looks kind of weird because I have white and then tan. So I need a transition shade, something that's going to kind of marry those two together. So I'm going to use Stone Face, this kind of gray shade here, which right over here, and just go right where the two meet and blend them together. Bring it a little closer here. Just to kind of create some more continuity between the two of them. Okay, just really blend, blend, blend until I'm happy with that. All right. Now on hers, she has a lot of white shimmer. Show the picture again. So it's white shimmer right in the corner there and on the top. So I'm going to take the Smashbox one. You can use any white shimmer. Use this one in the middle on my finger, and I'm just going to put it right on top, starting at the corner and moving inwards, because most of it seems to be concentrated in the corner and the middle. I don't really see a lot on the outside when I look at her photo. So I'm just going to keep packing that on with my finger. You can use less or more here depending on how sparkly you want it to be. Okay. Now, when I did that, I noticed that some of my top shadow was taken off a little bit. So I'm just going to go back in with my slightly tighter blending brush and just bring in a little bit more of that original color, just where it might have come off a bit. Just the Bel Air, the first one, just kind of create that shadow and a little bit of warmth. White's a really cold color, but she has a really warm shadow. She also has much warmer skin tone than I have. So now I'm going to go in with a liner. Just going to use the mini roller liner from Benefit. Any black liner would do though for this look. And she went really tight, or whoever her makeup artist is, went really tight and close to their lashes. So I kind of look down until my head up without closing my eye to get right in there. And just kind of flick it. Just get as thin a line as possible. Same thing on the other side. Now before I add the wing, I'm going to build up the white just a bit more because the white in the corner, or the edge, sorry, of her eye is really visible. So I'm going to make mine add it up and just blend it out just a bit more. It's because some of it's come off a little bit. It does, and then I'll go in with the line. Hers points out just a bit. The nice thing about the white is I can follow the line that I made with the white with my liner and then just kind of bring it out and fix it up. All right, now for her lower lash line, don't see much, but if I look at this other photo, I can see a little bit of lightness coming through. So So I'm not going to use a straight white because that'll be really, really bright. I'm just going to take a nude crayon. This one's from Essence. And just go into that lower waterline before I add mascara. That just really, really opens up the eyes. Let's make this bigger. Now, I don't see any shadow on either of the photos. It's really hard to tell if she has shadow or just like a bit of fallout underneath her eyes. She definitely has a little bit of fallout in the corners, or intentional fallout. So I'm going to leave that without shadow for now. Ooh, blurry. Curl my lashes, just pressing in a few times close to the base and going up. And then the same thing on the other side, close to the base and up. And then, oops, loud. I'm going to go in with Thrive Causemetics Liquid Lash Extensions. She's probably using false lashes. However, those are a lot of work. I'm not gonna skip those ones today and just go in with the mascara. And then she definitely has her lower lashes done as well. Just a bit of mascara on her lower lashes. Just gonna just lightly touch it in there. Okay, I could probably use another coat there, but before I do, oops, anything else, I'm gonna do my face. So I'll start with just foundation. I'm gonna use L'Oreal's Infallible foundation. I'm using 415, I think it's Ivory Rose. And just gonna put that on my sponge and brush it out all over. I'm not going to go too close under my eye because I'm going to put on some concealer there. Okay, so once I have most of it on with my sponge, it kind of keeps my hands a little bit more clean. Then I'm going to go in with my face brush and just really blend it out. Make it look a little bit more seamless. So brush my brows back up after. Okay, now that I have the foundation on, I'm going to go in with just a teeny tiny bit of color corrector, just in the spots where it's a bit gray. Just going to take a tiny bit on my finger and just touch it there because I don't see any gray on the photo there. Just a tiny bit just to counteract any natural gray that occurs in my face. And then with the tight, this is Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer in Fawn. This one's a little light. Brush the inner corner of my eye here just to brighten it up a bit. And then take it all the way out and up, which will create even more of that swoop shape with the eyes. Now, with her coloring, she was able to get away with a pretty orange blush. Now, I won't be able to do quite as orange as she has because I'll look like an Oompa Loompa if I try and go with something that orange. But I will go in with a bronzer. She has a bit of shadowing underneath here. I'll pull it back here. A little bit of, or let's split that, a little bit of shadowing there, which is partially just how the photo was taken. But I'm going to just go along the jawline with a bronzer. Just could use a contour for this, but because she is so warm and this is like warm skin tone, I'm going to use a bronzer. Now, I can't see what she has up here, but I'll do a little bit just in case. Warm the edges up and blend it out. Now, her color is really concentrated up at the top of the cheekbone. It's almost in, so that right here, a little bit lower than I would usually place it. Try that. So I'm going to use my bronzer first and just place it up high right under the cheekbone, because that's where hers is. So wherever your cheekbone is, just right underneath it. Whoop. Put it up there. Now I'm going to use just my most orange shade of blush. Now I know this isn't very orange, but I'm really cool toned. So if I did orange, we would be, would not be a good one for me. So I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. This is Bliss from Rare Beauty. And I'm going to go just on and then above where I put the bronzer. And really work it back there before moving it up. And hers is actually pretty strong, so I think I can get away with doing a couple layers of this. I'll go right on the brush here. It's really close to the eyes, which brings all the attention up there. Okay. Now, same deal with the lips. Hers are a little bit more orange, but again, that won't work on me because I have much too cool skin, so I'm going to use just Annabelle, just a basic nude lip liner, and draw that on. And go in from the top to find my cubist bow, right on the edge, and feather it in. Then hers is shiny, so I'm going to go in with a gloss. So this one is a little bit orange, if you can tell. It's Revlon Lustrous the Gloss. Just going to finish this up with a little bit of that. And then fix my hair quickly. All right. Voila. This is the look for much paler coloring, but the reverse smoky eye.